Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to round 3 of the North American Grand Prix GT2 Championship, coming to you live from Laguna Seca in California. Before we go any further, let me welcome my broadcast partner here tonight, Brad Maris. Brad, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks, Al. Laguna Seca, crowd favorite around here. So some 11 corners, but each one of them laid out and driven completely differently. Really like this track. You know, we run this place 3 or 4 times here over the course of NAGP's history. There just haven't been many retirements around this place either. So a lot of guys come out and they have all their stuff in order and they're ready to race. And I think same thing here tonight.
Yeah, a bit surprising given the technical nature of this track, especially well, the world famous corkscrew. But you know, guys have stuck it out here for one reason or another. But well, it's good to be back, Brad. We had some difficulties last week. Got ejected from the server midway through the race last week, unfortunately. So we couldn't bring you the whole broadcast. Hopefully that's not going to be a theme for this season. We'll do our best to bring you all the live pictures here tonight from Laguna Seca. So, Brad, let's take a quick look at the track map here tonight from Laguna.
Yes, let's. 17
turns, 2.238 mile circuit. We mentioned the famous corkscrew turns 7 and 8, and well, turn 2, the Andretti hairpin, very technical corner, tough to get right. What are your thoughts of this circuit, Brad?
Yeah, as mentioned, that's the thing about this place. It has a bunch of twisty turns out there, and you know they are all different from one another. So there toward the end of the lap in sector 3 through turns 9 and 10, you're going to want some more downforcey type of stuff. Certainly through the corkscrew, you want a bunch of good grip and good setup there, good braking, so you aren't sliding the car around and locking up the tires a whole bunch. And that first sector, a real rhythm sector, and also really important around this place. Actually, I think that sector gets overlooked, but obviously the majority of your damage is going to be done there in the second sector. Hopefully not literally, but in terms of overall lap time, that's where you're really going to want to nail this place there in that second sector. So it's a lot of fun. Drivers obviously look forward to it, and it usually leads to some very good racing.
My last visit here was back in well, just over a year ago, February 10th, 2014. Chris Moses won the race in the Audi R8, followed by David Poel, and Andres Prieto finished 3rd in the McLaren. So it was Audi, BMW, McLaren a year ago. Pole time was a 22.4, and don't see anybody yet here in practice in the 22s, but John Luden, he is sniffing around the 22s, so we'll see what these guys can do in qualifying once we head over to that session. Should be momentarily. Just waiting for a couple guys to get in here. There's always a few that love to be fashionably late and make our lives, you know, we just love that.
Yeah, well, you're absolutely right. John Luden is sniffing around the 22s. Teammate David Poel as well, so both those guys right there. And I suspect, Al, that may be more of a race-type pace as opposed to a qualifying pace. If that's the case, and they've really got those Porsches hooked up and are going to be quite a handful for these guys to deal with here tonight.
Yeah, I suspect there will be a factor going into tonight's race. Thiago Canola's got that Panos up to speed. Him and his teammate, tough night last week. Both drivers getting disconnected. So I mentioned in my write-up for tonight's race, the top 3 in the standings all carrying weight. So is it going to be the opportunity for some of these other guys like Thiago or Poel or Luden to step up here and grab a win here this season?
Yeah, well, hard to say. Certainly Luden is one of them, looking pretty strong at the moment. Now, this Thiago Canola and Mike Monahan team, you mentioned both their disconnects last week. I don't know that they're necessarily completely happy with the car, but they think they can get it around this place well enough. Will they have enough for the Porsches? Well, hard to say. One thing we know is that the driver, Tiago Canola, we know he's got enough for him. Can he get the car to do the business along with him? And we're into qualifying now.
Just like that. We're away. Looks like Mike Monahan might be first to act here, yeah. Looks like he's away. So while these guys... go ahead, Brett.
I was going to say Mike Monahan did post that 11th fastest time there in the official practice, and that's good to see because he was actually quite a bit off the pace there a couple days ago, so that's got to make him happy going into this session.
So a lot of guys making their way out on track, and while we got some time here while these guys make their way out, championship standings heading into tonight's race. Andres Prieto leading everybody by 1 point. Well, leading overall with 43 points, 1 point up on Aaron Parsons in second with 42. Montgomery Jr., he's in third with 34. Then Chris Moses with 24 and Tiago Canola with 23. Unfortunate for him, but I expect Tiago to still a lot of season left here. Plenty of time to make some waves and climb back up into the standings. In the team championship, T-Brock Dam Bam, they're leading with 61 points. That's Aaron Parsons and John Houston. Houston's has had a great start to the season thus far. Team Columbia Newy's in second with 49 points. That's Prieto and Jaime Moore. Precision Motor Racing's Chris Moses and Matt Taylor are in third with 45. Desert Dog Racing, that's Kurt Chandler and Salem Montgomery Jr. with 37. And this guy right here at 05 Motorsport, John Luden and David Poole in fifth. But tough start at Daytona for both these guys, but looks like they've got their act together, defending team champions. Looking to get something done. Let's jump on board with Luden now as he starts a lap here in anger. Just made his way through
coming
that
through turn
corner. Yeah, go ahead, Brad.
Yeah, that's almost kind of like a single apex corner. There's two corners through there, but they both kind of flow into each other. And these couple corners here are also very tricky. You want to get down and aim for a little red spot there on the inside curving to the apex. Want to let it drift out wide, but you want to be careful because it's very easy to clip the gravel here on exit and find yourself spinning through the gravel quickly.
You see a lot of guys take liberties here on this inside corner, inside curve there. You have to keep an eye out for cuts.
Yeah, setup key there, and then coming up here to the corkscrew as well.
Really nice view through the corkscrew here. Dive down into the last two corners.
Yeah, and a very tricky final corner here as well. You always feel like you can brake a little deeper than you actually can. John Luden had it judged very nicely there. Got good power coming off.
Well, he goes to pole provisionally, 23-2. Something tells me that's going to fall down a little bit. Andres Prieto provisionally in second in the Viper. Take a quick look at the conditions here tonight. 89-degree ambient, 107-degree track temperature, sunny conditions. So it's ideal for this qualifying as Prieto's up in the first sector.
Yeah, and I suspect the Viper would do pretty well through the first sector, even with the weight. Now, he is carrying quite a bit of success ballast here tonight.
Yeah, he takes it a bit wide. Probably going to lose a little bit of time there as he makes his way through the corkscrew. But yeah, you mentioned the ballast carrying 60 kilograms. Yeah, he lost a bunch of time there. Down a second and change.
You know, this is not really a great track. Oh, he's going to go ahead and just escape that one out quickly. You know, this is not really a great track to have all that weight on, really, because it's very difficult to pass around this place, and the times are tight. So this grid is going to be packed in pretty close together. Could be a tough slog out there for Andres if he doesn't get up toward the front.
Oh, boy. Canola was just up in first, and he just disconnected. He had a 22.8. man, that's too bad. As John Luden drops down to a 22.8, so I think he had enough there to eclipse Thiago, but still, that is a tough break for that the Brazilian, unfortunately. So David Poel sitting second now, followed by Montgomery Jr. in the Ginetta. Ryan Schleif, last week's pole sitter, currently in fourth. Tough result for Schleif last week. Started on pole, ended the race in ninth. Definitely not where he wanted to be.
Yeah, it was, and Comerica Industries kind of in general didn't have a great week last week after such a strong result there in Daytona. So looking for a bit of a rebound here, I would say, through in our third event.
David Rowley up to sixth here early. So Rowley had a nice run last. Well, I spoke too soon. Let's just say he had a. What did he have? Oh, he finished 2 laps back. I believe he qualified and disconnected. He was doing all right. Something was going on there, but Rowley currently in sixth. Mike Trussler in the Porsche, currently running seventh. His teammate, well, she's not feeling too well tonight, so she's not going to be here for tonight's race. Marty Uren, we're currently in eighth. Marty's teammate Ian Jolicoeur away on business, so Gup Douglas filling in once again for Ian.
Yeah, and off to a bit of a slow start for Marty Uren, so collected only 1 point so far here through Sebring. Now that's not a usual place for Marty Uren to be in, so kind of an off-year season last season, and off to a slow start this season as well for Marty.
So Aaron Parsons currently sitting 11th. Also carrying weight, sitting second in the standings, 1 point behind Preto. So Parsons carrying 40 kilograms after the win last week. Here's Felipe Triana in the Audi. He was having a good run early last week, and then fell into some bad luck. Qualified 13th, but he's looking pretty good early on.
Yeah, and you can see he's having some traffic issues here. Now this is we talk about it sometimes, small track in terms of times, but kind of a big track field. But this is more of a small track that has a small track field. So these guys are going to be running into a lot of traffic out here. And I tell you, this qualifying is so important for these guys. These times are going to be really tight all up and down this grid to start this race. Oh,
Triana. Big incident. Let's hope he's okay. John Houston, currently 13th on an outlap. We got Connor Swain. Connor Swain had if I'm not mistaken, had a pretty nice run. Yeah, he finished 12th right behind Chris Moses last week at Sebring. Looks like the McLaren's working out pretty well for the Pusheen Patrol.
Boy. Yeah, I tell you what, not working out too bad at all, and those were his first points of the season there at Sebring with 5 points, but 5 points, heck of a run here in this type of a competition.
So he's going to be a bit off the pace there, but Krishna Khalili currently 15th. Rodrigo Triana exiting the pit lane, sitting in 16th. Jaime Moore, Andre Preto's teammate, sitting 17th. Here's Gup Douglas, 18th. Don't know if he set a time yet. Mike Monahan in 19th. So no improvement for Mike. We got Kurt Chandler in 20th. So Kurt followed him a little bit in practice. He's been struggling a little bit in going through that corkscrew. Not sure if he's overdriving through there or what, but there he goes again. He's taking it off. Yeah, Dan Wilkerson 21st. Kevin Miller in the Bentley exiting the pit lane. Iggy Chiordia, 23rd, had a rough week last week. Jonathan Cuppett sitting in 24th. Greg Myers with a great run last week in 26th. Qualified well, finished well. Finished 7th, qualified 8th. So let's see if Greg can put a lap together here in this session.
Yeah, and I think that was a big surprise last week, is just how well Greg did put in that qualifying effort last week. So maybe a little extra practice out there last week, maybe not so much here.
On board with Greg through the corkscrew. He's on a flyer. Little off the pace here through the second sector. To the last corner. We'll see what Greg finishes this lap. To 20th. So slight improvement for Greg as Ken Rodriguez at 25th. Ken running the, takes it a bit wide, running the, pulls it into the pit lane. So Ken in the Aston Martin. Guppett's now falling back to 26th. Ratrix 27th. Honeycutt. He's in the Viper in the pit lane. Rolfin 29th, Mascarelli in the Behemoth, the Cadillac, currently in 30th. Calderon in 31st. Got Story carrying a little bit of penalty weight this week after an incident in Sebring. He's at 32nd, and Watson exiting the pit lane. Nearly gets into one of the Vipers. That's where we're at right now, Brad, as John Luden has improved on his qualifying time to a 22.4. Him and his teammate, the only two guys in the 22s.
Yeah, John Luden right now 1/10 of a second up in the second sector and the last sector as well. So John Luden getting it done in sector 2 and 3. A little surprised to see Chris Moses kind of up there, but then not up there maybe as much as we would expect, but really not liking the performance of that BMW Z4 here at Laguna Seca.
On board David Poel, currently in second. We just got just over 12 minutes to go. Ugly exit there in the corkscrew for Poel. Just over 12 minutes to go here in this qualifying session. We got the race immediately following this session. Chris Moses, you mentioned him, currently 3rd on an outlap. His teammate Matt Taylor on a flyer. He's got a bunch of traffic up ahead of him.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem around here. And actually, Salem Montgomery Jr. did just now clip Chris Moses. Salem Montgomery Jr. to the 3rd spot with a 23 low.
Matt Taylor off 4/10 in the first sector, really closing up quickly on that Bentley up ahead.
Well, this track is so tough to get every last 10th of a second out of this place. You just have to do everything absolutely right, and well, that is not going to do it.
All right, Ryan Schleif parks it. Let's see, Parsons now up to 8th. Let's go on board with Aaron in the Merc.
Yeah, Aaron Parsons currently 8th, 2 spots ahead of Andres Prieto, main championship rival here early in this season.
Yeah, way off in that second sector, over a second off the pace. Line, no improvement. Meanwhile, Connor Swain is going about his business there in 9th.
Yeah, he sure is, isn't he? That This is a theme for him here to start this season. Quietly going about his business and putting in some very nice laps.
Go with him. Through the corkscrew.
I'd say lined up a little bit inside there coming through turn 9 a bit. Want to try to take it out a little wider on entry and make sure you can carry momentum through.
A little too wide there, so he's going to have another go at it. Preto exiting the pit lane. He's in 10th. So Parsons got position on Andres here with about just under 10 minutes to go. So that's big for Parsons. Gonna have to finish ahead of Andres here tonight. If he wants to pick up some points on him as the Corvette makes his way by. Andre does the good thing, gets out of the way.
Yeah, 9.5 minutes to go, but you know what? That might not necessarily be enough time. It doesn't take too much to run into some traffic, and you scrub a couple laps off, and well, there you go. You're suddenly find yourself in arrears.
So Jaime Moore in 12th. Jaime way off in that second sector, so he's gonna probably have another run at it here. Marty Uren in 13th. Another quick rundown. David Rowley now running in 14th. Rowley just over 4/10 off in the first sector. Way through the corkscrews. May be able to pick up a couple positions here. See how he does here through the final sector. Decent exit. Is he going to improve? Nope. So back out front, the positions have not changed. Poel and Luden. I'm sorry, Luden and Poel 1 and 2, followed by Montgomery Jr., who's closing out a lap here.
Yes, John Luden time at 22.49, if I'm not mistaken. The best qualifying time run around here is at 22.40. So John Luden very close to that best all-time lap record.
Wow, Mike Trussler now has qualified all the way up to 4th. So Trussler, Porsche is strong at Laguna Seca tonight. Right along with Mike.
Yeah, and there's a wild card, if I ever heard of one before, starting well and truly inside the top 5. That'd be fun.
Tenths off. The second split. Oh, he's backed out of it.
Now line up for another lap here. We'll get another one in, then have the opportunity to get back in the pits, but probably only one more after that. So he's going to want to put in a...
Go ahead.
Nah, he's going to want to get a good one in right here.
Ryan Schleif, he's on a flyer, missed his first sector time. Let's jump on board with him in the Corvette.
You know, Ryan looking good, but teammate Jonathan Cubbett languishing back there in 28th still, so second half of that team not quite up to speed.
life, 7/10 off in the second split. See if he can pick up a couple spots here. Not going to happen. So Parsons remains 8th. Let's check Preto. A little moment there in the corkscrew. He's jumped up to 9th.
Yeah.
Bumping Connor Swain down to 10th. And Swain's about to close out a lap here.
Yeah, bumping Connor to 10th, as you said. Only 1/10 off of Aaron Parsons, rather, in 8th is Andres Prieto, so very close times. Nip and tuck.
So no improvement for Connor. His teammate in 11th. Felipe Triana now running in 12th. Let's jump on board with Felipe as he approaches the corkscrew. Couple guys dropping here in this qualifying session. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Get him back in here in quali 2. But what might have been for Tiago, I really feel bad for him. He was provisionally on pole before he got the boot. So Triana jumps up to 12th.
Well, it was big news, really, having Tiago back into the fold here, but hasn't gone well for him this season with the disconnects. He's really going to have to get that figured out.
So, Jaime Moore trying to get by one of the Janettas. Finally does. Jaime Moore, not a bad first sector. Oh, looks like the Vipers may be struggling here tonight. Back out front, though, we got just over 3 minutes to go. We got Luden still out front, followed by Poel, Montgomery, Trussler. This is going to be a throwaway lap for Mike because he's all over the place. Chris Moses on an out lap. As his teammate's on a flyer, but man, is there a lot of traffic out there for him.
Yeah, it should be noted quickly that Matt Taylor has put in a very nice time, so just, 10/100ths off of teammate Chris Moses, so very nice showing here for Matt Taylor.
Oh, he's out of it. I think that's going to be game over for Matt.
He might have get one more if he gets out right now, but...
So on board with Montgomery Jr. Just started his lap. Poel just ahead of him on track. And Luden in the middle. See what? Oh, Luden 2/10 off. Let's see what Montgomery is.
Yeah, just starting a hot lap.
Just about the same. 2 and change.
Yeah, Salem Montgomery Jr. is carrying some success ballast though. 40 kilograms for Salem.
Poel. Luden 2/10 off in the second sector. Ooh, no improvement. Let's see what Luden can do here. John to the line. No change. Montgomery Jr., he's got, looks like that's John Wathen up ahead of him. Might get a bit of a tow here, could help him out. No change. Trussler's on a flyer.
Yeah, going to be busy out there for this last lap.
Moses has parked it. Ooh, a little dicey there going through, entering the corkscrew. Oh, he's way off in the second sector. Taylor's just starting a lap now. I don't think he's going to get it in. Ryan Schleif, he's a second off in the second split. And he's taking it off. Preto has pulled it in. Let's see who else is out there. He's not going to get it in. Jaime Moore. Oh, Jaime, I think, is going to get his in. Let's see what he can do. If he can pick up any spots here late.
That would be important for this team. He's definitely going to get the lap in. Jaime Moore, not a big producer for this team yet. Though they are in a pretty good points position with teammate Andres Preto and the damage he's done so far this season.
So no improvement for Jaime. Rodrigo Triana, he may sneak this one in. Oh. Taylor lost it in the final corner. Rodrigo, is he going to get it in? He does, and he improves. Rally, is he going to sneak the... Wow, I thought these guys weren't going to get it done. No improvement for Rally. Got it in, though. Marty. Oh, Marty up to 8th. Wow. Right at the buzzer. Great job by Marty.
Yeah, wow. That's going to put him in front of that Aaron Parsons-Andres Preto duel.
Yeah, just in front of those guys, splitting Schleif and Parsons. So, quite the qualifying session here. Unfortunately, like we mentioned, Thiago disconnecting. He would have been in the mix for sure. Oh, Luden did improve to a 22.3. I missed that. Bro.
Oh, I think that's... Yeah, I think that's going to set the new lap record. I had a feeling he might be able to get that one in. Wow. Wow, nice time.
Yeah, very nice. So, getting it done as we got a few guys coming in late here.
Yeah, so will Thiago Canola be able to rejoin? He'll have to start at the back, of course, but will that connection hold? You know, 2 weeks in a row, that's gonna make that overall championship very difficult, even for the likes of Thiago Canola. So you better hope that he's able to stay connected here through the duration of this event. Uh-oh.
Yep, someone else just dropped. I'm just running through the order here, making sure I see everybody. So Greg Myers all the way back in 21st after his great run last week.
Yeah, that's not a great spot to be starting from, is it?
Certainly not. So the
Kevin Miller
drivers are getting briefed right now before the move over to the race here for the warm up, and then right to the races. So, bro, just give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yep. Yeah. So I think Al will be back pretty quickly, but. Quick recap, only 2 drivers in the 22s, so John Luden, David Poel, teammates of 05 Motorsport. And surely championship contenders by season's end, you would think, though. Didn't start off their season in the best fashion as David Poel is not able to make that event. And they went minus a few points there at Daytona, so ooh, it looked like it was Trussler that dropped. Oh, so it has come undone for Mike Trussler. Mike Trussler qualified there in that 4th position, but had the disconnect there right at the end of qualifying. And so now we'll rejoin, but from the back of this field, oh, that is a bad break there. But it's a good thing he's able to get back in, and hopefully some more question marks on his connection here, and whether that will remain consistent over the course of this hour-long event. Wow. Be absolutely gutted with that. That would have made for some good stories up there toward the front. Mike Trussler, speedy driver, not one you typically see in the top 20, in the top 5, however. So we were looking forward to that. Meantime, the session has turned over now to the warm-up period. It'll be a short 5 minutes here of warm-up. The drivers will go out there and practice their starts, maybe practice a pit-in, and we will be off on the green flag. So it should be noted as well, of course, that the pit-in at this track, not altogether straightforward. So there is a little bit of sand there on either side of these drivers coming down that pit lane. It's a pretty speedy entry to a very tight and slow left-hand corner into the pit lane itself.
All right, Brad, I am back. Thank you. But you're right, that pit entry can be a little bit of a challenge. Same with the pit out.
Yeah, it can. Not quite as many. Not quite as difficult there on the exit, but certainly the entry coming in, if you're really trying to make some time, you know, it can be a little dicey. It's not too bad as long as you've taken a practice run or two. If you do get caught out on the gravel, wilts at the same time trying to brake, you could find yourself in trouble. Uh-oh, somebody else dropped.
Oh boy.
Tiago's still there. Trussler had dropped, Al.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, he made it back in, but Trussler is one of the guys that we lost.
Oh, that's very unfortunate. I really feel bad for him. So, well, while we got some time here, we got about 3 minutes and change to go in this session. I just want to catch you guys up on the upcoming events. This week we got obviously tonight's race from Laguna, and on Thursday night, 9 Eastern, we got the our inaugural round of round 1 of the Assetto Corsa GT2 series from Le Mans. Going to be broadcast live. Ken Rodriguez will be covering that. So we got some new drivers, new guys to NAGP participating, as well as some old familiar names if you've been following us. So, including myself and Brad. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Really looking forward to that one and seeing how things pan out.
Yeah, it should be fun times. Fun format over there. Got some good tracks lined up and selected.
Yeah, pretty good schedule. Let's see, we're going to kick the season off. Let's see what we're doing here. We're going to kick the season off with Le Mans. Then we're going to be at Imola, Bathurst, Algarve, which I know that's a track you like, Brad. Spa. Yep. Spa will be our 5th race of the season. And then we're going to go to the Middle East, Yas Marina, Mugello, Macau. Looking forward to that one. And then we end it with Monza, the second to last round, and the Nordschleife. So, can't wait.
I mean,
for that.
Can it get any better than that? Jesus, are you kidding me?
So, excited to say the least. And this is the second to last round in the U.S. here in GT2 for the GTR2 sim. Next week we're going to be at Road America. And then, well, then we pack our bags and head overseas.
Indeed.
At least I think we are. I don't want to speak too soon. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Well, I guess in the same. We'll be at Interlagos round 5, which is going to be our second Super Bowl, a new format this season in GTR2 GT2 League. So the 5th race is going to be a Super Bowl event. Normally it's just the first and last round, but just to spice things up a little bit and really make these guys work, going to have a Super Poel at Interlagos, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And I know you love that track too, Brad.
Yeah. But the Super Poel event, especially if we run a single lap around Interlagos with the possibility of some weather coming in, oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, it's going to be a single lap affair, so the pressure's going to be on these guys to perform for one lap. That's always a nail biter, especially if you're behind the wheel.
But enough of that business, and back to Laguna. This is going to be great. Kind of getting down to nail biting time around this place here, and for these guys in the middle of the pack, it's especially crunch time. Trying to get through the corkscrew on lap 1, let alone the first corner. Are you kidding me? This is some nervy times for these guys. A lot of fun around here.
Well, the warm-up has just completed. We'll run down the starting order for tonight's event, and then we'll get the show on the road, Brad.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? I mean, who do you think? It's going to be tough to beat 05 Motorsports tonight. Those two guys just got it down. Luden and David Poel. You know, you got Montgomery Jr. They're the X factor, but I don't know. I don't know how that weight's going to hold up over those two Porsches.
Well, the Porsches are obviously fast as hell, and David Poel's, frankly, the most consistent driver we have here at NAGP. So I would be shocked if one of those two don't manage to pull it off in the Porsche tonight, but we'll see.
All right, well, we're underway here. Track temp, 93 Fahrenheit, 76 ambient. Kind of cool, actually. So starting from pole, John Luden, followed by David Poel second, Montgomery Jr. third, Chris Moses fourth, and Matt Taylor's going to start fifth.
Ryan Schleif was good enough for 6th. Marty Urin will start 7th on a late charge. Aaron Parsons takes 8th. Andres Preto is in 9th. John Houston 10th.
Connor Swain's going to start 11th. Felipe Triana 12th. Dave Rowley 13th. Rodrigo Triana 14th. Jaime Moore is going to start 15th.
Curtis Chandler in 16th. Mike Monahan in 17th. Gup Douglas 18th. Krishna Kalili 19th. Dan Wilkerson 20th.
Greg Myers 21st, Mike Greatrix 22nd, Rolf 23rd, Sergio Calderon 24th, and Ken Rodriguez 25th.
John Watson takes 26th, Dustin Honeycutt is in 27th, Brian Story 28th, Lou Mazzarilli 29th, Kevin Miller 30th.
Iggy Chiordia 31st, John Cuppett 32nd, Tiago Canola 33rd, and Mike Trussler is going to start 34th. We lost a couple guys here in this warm-up session. In the warm-up, so unfortunately they're not going to be able to get in. These guys taking their time on the grid, making last-minute adjustments.
Yeah, interesting. A couple of those guys in the back of the grid, Tiago Canola and Mike Trussler, assuming their connections hold together, they're going to be fast guys looking to come through a very tight circuit here, trying to make some overtakes on a place which is very difficult to do so.
Well, it's a Porsche front row. John Luden, David Poel going to lead the field away. Round 3 from Laguna Seca. About to get underway. Nice start by David Poel. Looks like he's going to have the whole shot on his teammate going into turn 1. Sam Montgomery right there in between the two. A little bit of a brake check. Ooh, it looks like Uren got spun around there, Brad, in the back.
Uh-oh.
Nice stop by Ryan Schleif. Chris Moses is going to fall back a position. No, he's going to take it back. Ooh, a lot of dicing going on behind Ryan. You got Parsons and Preto, 6 and 7. You guys make it through the corkscrew for the first time. David Poel leading the race.
That's where you want to be going in there the first time, is at the front.
Nice story up to 19th. Oh, we got an incident in the back. John Watton. Greatrix involved. Trussell trying to fish his way through. Looks like Monahan. Couple guys running wide. All kinds of activity here in the back, Brad.
It looks like everybody was able to continue, however.
Ooh, looks like Khalili had some contact. He gets a little contact, but he didn't lose too much time. He's back on it. Mascarelli there in the mix. So it looks like David Rowley got bumped back all the way to 30th. Coppett that back there at 32nd. So tough start for those two guys, Georgiev and Honeycutt, bringing up the rear.
Yeah, so by and large, though, not a horrible start. I mean, everybody was able to make it through and at least get settled in and not have to take a DNF here early.
So Poel is starting to check out slightly from his teammate in second. Ryan Schleif holding off Aaron Parsons in sixth. Prato and Taylor all over the back of Andre. Ooh, big slide there for Prato. He might give up that spot. Taylor might have a run on him. Taylor having a look on the inside of Prato, going into one. He gets it done. And just that little loss of momentum there for Prato cost him that position. Gianna up to 10th. On board with Felipe. Failed to mention max distance for tonight's race, 46 last, but more than likely this track will go about 42.
Yeah, and those are going to be some intense laps too, pretty much every one. Most of these guys are going to be in traffic almost the whole night and running close to each other, coming through the corkscrew that many times. Very easy to run into a little bit of trouble. So Felipe Triano, watching him drive around here. Looks like that Audi R8 is going pretty well around this place. It can struggle some over the bumps.
Yeah, we were just watching him. He's looking pretty good out there early. So Jaime Moore has jumped up to 11th. Connor Swain 13th. So Marty rejoins in 14th after that incident at the start of the race. Not sure. He's kind of off in the distance. Not sure what happened, but given where he was, he might have got help off track.
Well, that certainly could have been a lot worse, though. If you're 14th, you're still in there for a fighting chance. Lots of time to move up the order yet.
So as the first couple laps settle down here, Kurt Chandler in 15th. Greg Myers has already worked his way up to 16th. No doubt. Already in the points, in the last point paying position. Looking to pick up some more ground.
Yeah, and as you watch him riding around, a couple guys I've been keeping my eyes on are Thiago Canola and Mike Trussler. Both those guys having those disconnects, as you recall, but both have made it through the start clean here and are beginning to pick their way through the field.
Yeah, we just picked up Canola and Trussler. Both those guys would have qualified probably in the top 5 and certainly have pace. So started from the back and already up to 22nd and 21st, respectively. Canola's got his teammate Mike Monahan right in front of Trussell there. Monahan running in 20th. Story just ahead of these guys. The Story takes it wide. Buck Douglas running 23rd. We got Kevin Miller and David Raleigh. Raleigh all over the back of Kevin Miller. I'm board with Raleigh. Bentley's got some legs down the straight. Raleigh having a look on the inside. Oh, you might just pull this off. Nope.
Yeah, it is good down the straight actually, and a lot of that is actually good grunt coming off the corner. It does hold its revs pretty well through the corner and then carries that down those long straights.
Raleigh all over Miller, looking for a way by. Hoping force Miller into a mistake here.
That's almost what it takes around this place sometimes. It's if you're the car in front, you can almost always block. It might not be the cleanest maneuver, you know, but you always can. So it's good to have a bit of give and take around this place.
Follow this battle. See if Raleigh can get a clean exit here in this final corner. Having a look on the inside. Oh, looks like Miller might have given him some room. It's going to be a drag race down the start finish line, and that Bentley is just walking away from him down the straight. Oh. If it keeps like this, it's going to be a long night for Raleigh.
Yeah, McLaren pretty good straight line speed too, but they may have strapped on a little extra aero downforce on that Audi, or McLaren rather. So it might be hindering them a little bit down the straight. Now I'm just keeping an eye on timing and scoring here. John Luden has actually pulled back a little bit of time on first place David Poel here for the moment. Gap holding about 1.5 seconds.
You know, look at Greatrix back here in 28th, followed by Ken Rodriguez. Rodriguez about a second and a half off of Greatrix. Giordia back at 30th. Sam Rolfe and Honeycutt. Looks like Cuppet back at 33rd. He's missing his rear clip again. I think this is the second race in a row he's been involved in some kind of incident where he's suffered some damage. So another tough night for Cuppet. Watkins parked it.
Yeah, going quickly back there to Jonathan Cuppet. You know, that is a team we had kind of earmarked to watch at the beginning of this season. Jonathan Cuppet and Ryan Schleif teamed up together. And so far, Jonathan Cuppet not quite holding up his end of the bargain here the first couple events.
So looks like Kevin Miller might have pulled out some time on Raleigh. Raleigh's starting to reel him back in. Let's take a look further up here. Buck Douglas now all over Kevin Miller's teammate now. Ryan Story as looks like Trussler, Tiago. Tiago has gotten past Mike Trussler. So now Gup putting the pressure on. Different Bentley.
Yeah, you have that battle going on. There's a good one for 5th, also a good one for 7th, so 9th, the battle's all over the place.
Ooh, Tiago with a mistake through the corkscrew. Trussler gets by. Unbelievable. Oh, I think actually that was Mike Monahan, sorry. So that was Monahan who made that mistake in the corkscrew and pitchforked his Panos into the dirt.
Oh boy. Yeah, he's dented the front end of that Panos in pretty well, so big aero push problems for Mike Monahan till his pit stop.
So I'll tell you what, Canola is on a charge. He's checked out from Mike Trussler. And all the way up to 18th now, he's got Kurt Chandler in his sights. Just up the road, Chandler, followed by Wilkerson and Marty Uren in 15th. So Marty's dropped back a couple spots.
Yeah, and as Thiago closes in on those guys, axiom holds true here like anywhere else. The further up the field Thiago gets, the harder it's going to be to make these passes and continue that march forward.
Another good fight on track here. We got Rodrigo Triana and Jaime Moore. The Audi and the Viper. Should mention Juan Monroy. Not here this evening, unfortunately. That's Rodrigo's teammate. Monroy, part of a pit crew for I think it's US F2000.
I believe that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the Colombian team.
And we'll be wishing the best of luck to those guys.
Yeah. Thought he was going to be in vent tonight. He wanted to say a few words to our Spanish-speaking audience, but I don't see him on here, unfortunately.
Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, would have loved to have had him on.
So as we watch this battle with Triana and Jaime Moore, Connor Swain has closed up on this fight as well, so this is positions we're going to have to keep our eye on as John Houston now running in 10th. Haven't talked too much about Houston tonight, Brad, but having a solid run in the top 10.
Yeah, you know, he qualified in that position. He's running there now, so doing his job. Teammate Aaron Parsons, I just wanted to check in on that battle, actually. Him and Andres Prieto both running 7th and 8th, so no change there, but John Houston certainly holding up his end of the bargain for that team here tonight.
Ooh, Jaime Moore taking it a little too deep there, misses break point. Triana had a look on the inside, but Jaime Moore gathered it back together, maintains that position.
Yeah, take a look at the temperature here, Al. It has continued to creep up just a little bit now. 100 degrees on track. That's the track temperature. Ambient hasn't climbed so much, but could be working a little extra heat into those tires.
So take a quick look further up here. We got Felipe Triana with a nice run in 9th. Getting chased down by John Houston there in 10th. Mentioned him. Prieto in 8th. Looks like Ryan Schleif has made a mistake and has fallen back to 8th. Just like that.
He must have made some type of mistake we just missed, because he was up there running pretty comfortably. Up a few positions ahead of that.
Yeah, he's fallen back from 6th. Now he's dropped down to 8th. Should have pace on these guys. Not carrying weight. As Parsons hanging on to that 6th spot. Matt Taylor right there in 5th. And then further up we got Chris Moses and Montgomery Jr. in 3rd. How's that gap been between these two, Brad? Pretty consistent?
It's been very consistent, and I think if you're Chris Moses, you have to be relatively happy. Talking with him over the course of the week of practice, just not really happy with the BMW Z4 here at all, as mentioned there at the top of the broadcast. So I think Chris Moses has to be pretty happy with the 4th place, and really still in sight of that 3rd place Salem Montgomery Jr., and you always think you're in with a chance if you can see the guy in front of you.
Meanwhile, back out front, it's Luden and Poel, 2nd. 1st and 2nd. Now these two guys running pretty consistently here. Gap pretty much unchanged throughout the start of this race.
Yeah, more or less. I would say John Luden here over the last couple 3 laps actually has been putting in more consistent laps than teammate David Poel. In fact, wow, it's just jumped down to 23.6, which is the fastest lap of the race here so far. And so maybe thinking, well, I want to get back up there toward my teammate in case something happens. I can win this thing myself. I don't know. So
let's get you back up on these battles further back. as Ryan Schleif has now made his way back past Andres Prieto for 7th.
Yeah, that was pretty fast,
yeah,
wasn't it?
It was quick. It looks like Prieto's losing a bit of ground to Parsons as well as Schleif. Now that Schleif has gotten past, and it looks like he's coming under some pressure now from Felipe Triana.
Yeah, I would say definitely slipping off the pace a little bit is Andres Prieto. So he showed a last lap time of a 1:26, indication of maybe had some type of minor off or something, but obviously struggling a little bit with the pace at the moment is Andres Prieto.
So carrying 60 kilograms on the Continental tires.
I'd say it's definitely having an effect around here. Yeah, so just keeping my eye on timing and scoring here. Thiago Canola now up to 15th behind 14th place Gregory Myers. A few seconds back yet, but still making his way forward.
Well, we're back on this battle for 11th between Jaime Moore, Triana, and Connor Swain, also involved in this.
Boy, you have to honors run here tonight, don't you, Al?
Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job hanging on with these guys. Yeah, that McLaren's just working well for them.
Yeah, and as you watch that battle, I tell you, John Luden continues to take out time on teammate David Poel there for the lead of this race.
So we should expect guys to start coming in right around lap 21, halfway point. 21 or 22. Depends how quickly this race is run. I don't think it's going to go 43. The best lap here in race conditions last time around was a 23.4. So about pretty close to what we're seeing now. So looks like it's going to be right around 42 lap.
Yeah, temperature continues to creep up only marginally, so no big tire issues for these guys just yet. They'll want to probably run as long as they can. In case that temperature does shoot up here toward the end, they don't want to have rubber that's been exposed to that heat for a long time before that.
So if looking further back, Greg Myers now running in 14th. And there's Canola, who started from the back, has now made his way. He's in the points. And he's got Greg Myers in his sights. So if you're Canola, seems like we talk about this every race. I mean, can you double stint this track? Is this a track you can get away with that? If he wants to make up some positions?
It's not really. No, the track is not very conducive for it, and also this Panos not terribly conducive for it either. We saw Thiago Canola, of course, try some strategy there at Daytona, swapping out only. Well, actually, I think I was a full double stint. Just worked out horribly for him. Could probably cost him that win out there. No, I think Thiago Canola is going to go ahead and play it straight up and just take some tires on his pit stop.
So we look further back. We got Kurt Chandler and Dan Wilkerson duking it out for that final points-paying position. I should mention Wilkerson having a strong run here tonight in the points. And that point's very important for Kurt.
It is.
Desert Dog Racing. They're up there in the team championship, so he's going to want to get whatever he can get out of this.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be key in that team's championship hopes this season. We know Salem Montgomery Jr. has the pace. We know Curtis sometimes has some glimmers of pace. So it's going to be up to him. Now, Dan Wilkerson, interesting you mentioned him, came away with some nice points actually at Sebring. So Dan Wilkerson's season off to a pretty nice start. So from what I've seen in practice and qualifying, it looks like Kurt might be
having a hard time with the handling of this Janetta here. It looks like it's just a little too loose for him in some sections.
Yeah, and I've seen the same thing, and it's kind of strange because that car handles very well. So I don't know if Curtis is just trying to be a little too aggressive with what he's trying to get out of it, but in any event, hopefully he will spend some time with his teammate and try to get that thing really dialed in, because these guys really do have an excellent opportunity to make some noise in this team classification this season.
Really nice fight here for the last points. Kurt had a look on the inside. He's going to go for it. Side by side. Looks like Kurt got it done, but power of that Viper is gonna hamper Kurt. As Dan hangs on to that. Kurt having another look on the inside in a turn one. Great fight here between these two guys. Just quick looking back. Kurt Chandler, Mike Trussler, and Marty Uren having a nice fight as well. So still a lot of action throughout the grid here tonight.
Yeah, a lot of action, I can tell you that. Oh, Curtis Chandler made a mistake. Just looks like he's going to hold on to that position. Yeah, taking a quick look through timing and scoring here. It looks like everybody's lap times now are starting to go the other direction. Everybody about 1 second off of their best laps here since the beginning of this event. The tires are definitely going off, Al.
On board with Mike Trussler. Trying to make his way past Marty Uren.
Boy, and you wonder what happened with Trussler coming through there with Thiago Canola from the back. Kind of those two in lockstep, making some way through the field, but Trussler has been stymied here the last 10 laps.
Yep. I would say he's stuck behind Marty, because Marty's no slouch. He's won many races here in GT2.
No, Marty is not a guy that you want to try to get through. Hopefully, if Marty's on for him, basically just follow, tag along on his bumper as you pick your way through the field. But yeah, Mike Trussler going to have to figure something out as we head about half time in this race, Al.
Yeah, it's a tough track to make a pass on. As it looks like Trussler definitely has pace, so Marty's going to have a look on the outside. Marty closes the door.
Yeah, as you watch that battle, I'll just give you a quick update here at the front. Both those Porsches have come right back together, and it looked like John Luden might actually have even been taking a peek into turn one on teammate David Poel.
Well, we know they're not going to make... I think last season they had an incident, didn't they? I forget what track it was at. I think they did have it coming together at one point, but something tells me they're not going to do the same thing here tonight.
No, I wouldn't think.
So let's take a look further back. The two teammates, Brian Story and Kevin Miller, running 22nd and 23rd, nose to tail. Iggy Chiordia running 24th. Mascarelli back at 25th. And already Calderon in 26th. And we got the lead cars all over the back of Calderon. So these guys are already putting people a lap down. So that's probably why Luden has closed the gap on Poel, getting slowed just a little bit.
Yeah, actually that wasn't it. They just now caught that lap traffic.
Looks like Triana's pitted already. And he is exiting the pit lane.
Yep, Triana the first to act.
So taking a look at the timing here. It seems a little early, Brad. Working lap 19.
Well, the pit window is decently large for these GT2 cars, so they do have some wiggle room on when to come into pit. This track, it is better to take it long if the temperature isn't seem too bad. Like I said, if the temperature shoots up, you want the tires in the best condition possible.
A tough break for Triana. He comes out right behind Sergio Calderon and Lou Mascarelli up ahead. So Triana's going to have his hands full.
Yeah, well, that's always the danger of stopping first, right? Or stopping early. You can get caught up in that traffic.
So Great Trick's back at 27th. So Rally struggling. He's back at 28th. You got Honeycutt. And there's Cuppet back at 30th. So it looks like Cuppet has come in for service. He's got the rear of that Corvette fixed. And down at the bottom end of the timesheet. So Ken Rodriguez, he's parked it. That's unfortunate.
Sorry, Al, you're doing your field rundown. I'm trying to bust in on you real quickly. Yeah, Jonathan Cuppet did have to stop early. He probably will have another stop from here.
So it's Poel, Luden, and Montgomery, 1, 2, and 3. And it looks like Chris Moses must have gone into the pit lane. So that window has opened. Parsons up to 4th, Schleif 5th, Houston in 6th. Canola now up to 8th, Swain running in 7th. So let's take a look at the pit lane. Oh, yep, Jaime Moore is in. Preto is in on the jacks. Moses is in, as is his teammate. So these two on the same strategy. It looks like Moses is going to lose out to his teammate.
Wow.
So good start from Taylor. Interesting. I wonder if Moses might have had a problem there and lost some time on track.
Yeah, had a really slow lap prior to his in lap and was struggling the most of anybody up there toward the front 5.
Preto's away. Jaime Moore away as well. So first round of pit stops complete. Well, for some of the guys anyway. Take a look at our leaders as they wind their way through traffic here. Montgomery Jr. in the pits.
Yeah, and for those leaders, already sorry, Al, already the nerves are starting to build a little bit. You know, you just want to get into a rhythm, click off the laps when you're out front, working together, everything's looking good. You don't want a lot of stress right before coming into pit stops here with all this traffic.
So David Poel trying to make his way past the 2 Bentleys. I think now might be a good time for Poel to come in.
Yeah. Yeah, ever so slightly that track temperature adds.
Oh, and the Bentley with a moment going into the pit lane. David Poel follows him in. Luden staying out. So this will be interesting. If Luden can throw down a decent lap here, he may be able to leapfrog his teammate for the lead.
These guys want to work well as a team, but if that's the excuse you have for taking the win away from the teammate, if you can get it done in the pits, well, that's fair game. So that's definitely what he's thinking at this moment.
All right, Schleif has stayed out. Houston has stayed out. Canola's staying out, as is Connor Swain. Greg Myers into the pit lane. Chandler has stayed out as well.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
So Triana running in 9th. Looks like he's come into some mishap as he's got some front end damage to that Audi. So we missed that, unfortunately. Working on Dan Wilkerson. David Poel comes out. side by side with Kurt Chandler, it looks like.
Yep, Luden in.
So Luden is in, and David Poel giving Kurt the business.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't look like Kurt's going to give it up easy.
Yeah, I mean, that's for the virtual lead here, and I think teammate Luden should be able to get him here. This is really holding David Poel up.
Yeah, this isn't going to make David Poel happy, especially if Kurt comes in this lap. Got to know Poel was leading going in. Oh, and there goes Kurt. Luden is away.
Yeah, I think Luden's going to get out in front easy.
Well, we'll see. We'll see here. Yeah, looks like Luden's got it. Well, it's nip and tuck here, Brad. Yeah, Luden does take it. So. Ooh, Luden takes it wide.
Oh!
And gives it right back.
Oh, that was a freebie.
Interesting.
So, and guess who has yet to come into the pits? That would be Thiago Canola.
And Schleif as well has stayed out, and he's going to stay out again. He's not coming in yet.
Oh, I postulated it'd definitely be tires for Thiago Canola, but if the guy's going to stay out, then that's going to be more indicative of trying not to take tires once again. So we'll see what happens, but boy, make a good progress through the field. I don't know if I want to jeopardize that on a double stint here, Al.
Connor Swain into the pits. So Ryan Schleif has yet to pit, current leader. That should change once he does come in. Poel and Luden running third and fourth. Triana also has yet to pit, running fifth. And Salem, wow, Salem looks like he lost quite a bit of ground to Luden and Poel after that stop. Taylor in seventh. Chris Moses behind his teammate in eighth.
Way behind his teammate. Moses really lost out.
Ooh, some contact between Parsons and Mascarelli. And not sure what's going on there with Luke. Wow, that could have been a lot worse for Parsons. Looks like he suffered some front edge damage to the right front of that Mercedes. Preto right behind Parsons. So this battle has not changed. It stays the way it is now. It'll be a tie for the lead in the championship. Ooh, big moment for Parsons. Almost lost it. Take a look at the points. Now, 1 point would separate these two in the standings, and Preto's up by 1. So. See how things shake out here in this second half of the race, Brad. Look further down. Triana now in 12th, pitted early, but it's right behind John Houston. Jaime Moore behind him, so it looks like Jaime had a decent start, not too far behind Triana. And Connor Swain as well, as Greg Myers has picked up some time on Connor Swain. So Marty has found his way back into the points. He's in 16th. And Kurt Chandler, 17th, followed by Wilkerson. Wilkerson's fallen back a little bit. Gup Douglas in 19th, followed by Mike Trussler in 20th. Got David Rowley running 21st. Right behind him, Mike Monahan running 22nd. Iggy Chiordia in the pits. You got Brian Story and Kevin Miller. These two guys still running nose to tail, the two Bentleys. I believe that's Chris Moses trying to make his way past the two Bentleys. Iggy's out of the pits. Lou 26th. Looks like Lou's going to take that spot away from Iggy. Serge, 26th. Matrix running 28th. The Honeycutt, 29th. And Cup is still back there in 30th. So that's where we run right now as Ryan Schleif continues his way on track. So does Tiago Canola, who is yet to pit.
Yeah, temperatures continuing to climb here a little bit. Both these guys obviously thinking about double stinting those tires, so we'll see just how well they took care of them here in this first stint.
Well, this will be a first for this C7 if he does double stint.
C7 is pretty decent on its tires. However, with the temperature, I don't know. I mean, generally, in general terms, the further up toward the front you're running, you know, at the beginning of or middle of a race, you want to play it more vanilla. You know, if you're way behind or you're trying to gamble, take a chance to try to increase your position, that's one thing if you have to do it. So this is an interesting move here by Ryan. We'll see what happens if he's maybe just trying to save some fuel in the pits. Maybe he's going to go ahead and slap on another set of tires. I don't know.
So you're telling me I've been doing it wrong all these years?
I don't know. What have you been doing?
I don't know. I just, like I said, I just click buttons. All right, so let's see what Ryan does here, if he elects to come in or not. He is in.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if he does head up on the jack, so I'm going to be keeping an eyeball on that.
Canola staying out.
I think it's definitely going to be a double stint by Canola.
So it looks like Monahan had a moment. You got the lead car behind him. So, yep, Poel gets by without issue. A little hair raising, but no issue. Oh, Schleif is away, so I don't think he took tires, Brad. He's going to rejoin in third. No, there goes Montgomery Jr. A little slow on the getaway, but he might clip Matt Taylor. Yeah,
it was a little interesting. He kind of, I don't know, it was bogged down or something, yeah. And yeah.
Oh, some contact.
Oh,
between looks like Honeycutt and Matt Taylor. So Taylor.
So Schleif. I was going to say Schleif exits in 5th, so we'll see how many positions he could hold on to here. What was it, 7th, I think, before the pit stop rotation, right? So if he goes down worse than 7th, then it's not going to have worked out for him.
So Taylor making contact with Honeycutt. Taylor does have a tendency to get mixed up with some things from time to time.
Ooh, Rodrigo Gunnis just showed up on time in front of the DNF out.
Oh, unfortunate. Tough break for Rodrigo. So, Canola is still making his way out there. He's got a bit of a gap between him and Poel, but if what we suspect he's going to do is double stint. He's not going to have enough to come out in the lead. But I would say top 5 is feasible.
No, he won't. No, he won't come out in the top 5, but he should be somewhere good for the top 10.
All right.
And if you could hold on to that, that'd be a pretty good advance. But yeah, we'll have to see.
So we got Schleif and Taylor. That's for 5th. Chris Moses, pretty quiet race for him back in 7th. Parsons and Prato. So both these guys having a, well, since the drop of the flag, these two have been nose to tail. Got Houston running in 10th. Triana with a great run here tonight in 11th. And Jaime Moore in 12th. So battle for the team championship. You got Parsons and Houston running 8th and 10th. And Prato and Jaime Moore running 9th and 12th. So advantage T-Brock Dampam.
Yeah, in that classification for sure. I mean, look, let's not forget Salem Montgomery Jr. and Chris Moses. Those guys are looking to pick up points on Andres Preto and Aaron Parsons as well for the driver championship. So just a few points off, and every point will count toward that championship. And right now they're picking up gaining ground on 1 and 2 in the overall at the moment. So good run for those guys.
So Felipe Triana's got Lou Mascarelli and looks like Iggy Chiordia behind. In front of them as Triana tries to make his way past. Looks like he's hopefully gets through okay. He does. Jaime Moore's right there. Connor Swain running in 13th. Greg Myers, Marty in 15th. And Kurt with a big slide in the final points paying position. Ooh, as Matt Taylor's just taking it off track, Brad. Just picked the tail. Ooh. Just. Oh, very, very close there between Taylor, Houston, and Moore. Wow.
Yeah, costly mistake for PMR.
Oh, yeah. I did see some debris on track, so don't know if there was some contact there between him and Schleifer. It looks like there may have been because Chris Moses is all over the back of Ryan. Pick up any damage on the rear of Schleif's car. I don't see any. As Chris Moses looking to make his way past Ryan. Ryan really defending on the inside. Looks like Moses.
Yeah, let's not forget it was Ryan Schleif. Sorry, Al. Yeah, it was Ryan Schleif double stinting those tires, so definitely advantage Chris Moses, and maybe that had something to do with that Matt Taylor Ryan Schleif problems there. Is that the inequitable speed between those two.
So definitely not. Well, that's points gained for Parsons and Prato on Chris Moses and Montgomery Jr. after that off by Taylor, who's now back in 9th.
Yeah, I gotta be impressed really with Salem Montgomery Jr.'s run here tonight. Now, Thiago Canola will come in. That's going to put him in line for the virtual 3rd place here. He is going to pick up a lot of championship points for himself here tonight as Salem Montgomery Jr. He's going to be right in the thick of this thing in our next event should he hold on to that 3rd place position.
A quick look, track 103 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's ticked up just slightly. So working lap 32. He's just about 10 laps to go here. Race quickly winding down.
Yeah.
As the 05 Motorsports duo continue to run, well, should virtually 1 and 2, as they'll get past Canola after he pits. And Montgomery there in 4th.
Yeah, and you know it's been a good run for those guys tonight. They haven't really been in any stress, and they have, I think, just gone about the business of maximizing their speed. In other words, just driving to a pace that they know that is good enough to cover the field, and just kind of maintaining that. It's a great run by the 05 guys.
Yeah, just looking through the field here. It's kind of spread out after the stops.
Yeah, Thiago Canola is in now.
Oh, so Canola is in. See what he does here. Does he go on the jacks? No. He's away. Salem's going to have the advantage. He might get out ahead of Moses. See, Brad,
yeah, he did do quite a bit better than... Yeah. You were absolutely right.
Oh, he's going to get Moses here.
That is a short pit lane, Al. Yeah, you had it.
Oh, it's going to be nip and tuck. But I think it's going to be advantage Canola. Now, I'm wondering how many positions he's going to continue to hold on to, but his lap times actually were pretty good coming into pits. I tell you, this guy is freakish with his lap time consistency. It's just unbelievable. So he rejoins in fourth after starting from the back. What a run. Well, oh, we got somebody throwing up some smoke. Oh, Mike Monahan with a puncture. So Mike Monahan is off. Not sure what happened there, but this is definitely not what Chris Moses wanted to see. But you got to have it in the back of your mind. You got to expect. Real up close. Oh, yeah, Moses, not going to contact on Canola.
And a little bit of the chrome horn. I can tell you, Thiago, and Chris is going to know this too. Thiago is not going to put up a huge fight here. If Chris Moses has a clean look, then Thiago will let him get on with the business of getting down the road.
And now further back, we got Ryan Schleif, another guy who double stinted with pressure from Parsons.
Yeah.
Parsons taking a look on the inside. Is he going to make it stick? No.
Yeah, that's going to let Andres Preto creep on up there.
Ooh, Schleif taking it wide. That's the easy way. That's the easy way past. Well, Schleif looking to answer. Nope, he does not. So gives up that spot to Parsons as that vet, the tires on that vet starting to melt away. So this battle.
I know you have some.
Go ahead, Brad.
I know you have some great battles that you're watching. I just want to get you caught up to date here toward the final points paying positions. It is Mike Trussler trying to edge Curtis Chandler for that last spot. Oh, Curtis Chandler and the Ginetta looking to pick up some valuable team points.
Now, just caught Parsons nearly getting into the back of Honeycutt. That would have been disastrous. Ooh, as we have a car coming out of the pit lane. Chris Moses had a look on the inside of Canola and nearly blasted his teammate Monahan, who was coming out of the pits. Wow, that was a little hairy there. We got this great battle for fourth here between Chris Moses and Thiago Canola. What a fight, Brad. Parsons right there as well.
Yeah, there are some things to be decided here late in this event. I have to say I'm a little surprised Moses has not been able to get by Thiago Canola just yet.
Yeah, he had a run on him down the straight the last time by, but car exiting the pit lane really. Moses having to look the long way around. Might get it done this time. Bye. No.
Yeah, no. Yeah, and Thiago is actually being pretty aggressive here. I think he's decided he is going to try to maximize his...
Schleif is off.
Wow.
So Taylor now moves up to 8th. Taylor really putting pressure on Prieto now for that 7th position. Back up to this battle for 4th between Moses and Canola. So it looks like Moses might have made a little mistake as Canola has creeped away just slightly.
Now, Monahan's been hanging with these guys. Now, where was that speed in the first stint from Monahan?
Yeah, good point there, Brent. And there's Moses' teammate putting the pressure on Andre.
Yeah, and that's an interesting battle. So Matt Taylor, look, you can call him an NAGP veteran these days. He's been around long enough, but the veteran of the veterans there, Andres Prieto. This is the junior league stepping up to the pros for Matt Taylor right here.
Yeah, it certainly is. See Taylor going to have a look on the inside of Andre and gets it done.
Yeah, really nicely judged by both those guys there. I think Andres didn't push the issue too much, and Matt Taylor is able to get it in the right spot and make the clean pass. Nice job.
So I think that early... Well, I mean, it's still very close between these two. But those first few laps after Canola came out, that's when Moses really needed to pounce on Thiago. But it looks like Thiago has found his rhythm here after that pit stop, Brett.
Yeah, he sure has. So lap times, as you would expect, continuing to drop off, but still relatively consistent. And Moses just does not quite have the handling, but you know what? Thiago doesn't either. I mean, neither of these cars... excesses of mechanical grip here, so you'd think Moses with those fresh tires should be able to find a way past.
Again, trying for that outside line. Ooh, it looks like he might get the run on him here. Yeah, Canola!
It's really surprising how aggressive Thiago has been here. I'm shocked. I gotta tell you, I think it's catching Chris out a little bit too. This is not the type of thing we would ordinarily expect to see from Thiago.
Oh, little bump from Moses there on the rear of Canola. But hey, you know, he's not just going to give it up. He's going to defend. It's late in the race, you know, and he's got a reputation on track as being a really nice guy, you know. And
hey, man, the later it gets in the race, the more aggressive you're going to be defending those spots, and of course you are. In the meantime, while that's going on, of course, this is going to allow Aaron Parsons to get up there, and this is why Moses is really starting to give him some of the chrome horn, because Moses is seeing that gap to Aaron Parsons come down quickly.
Hey, and there's Matt Taylor creeping up on Parsons as well. So this is going to be a four-way fight to the finish here, as the lap's winding down. Great look at this battle between these two guys.
Yeah, this is the most important one on track. There are a few other battles taking place out there, but this is the one we want to keep an eyeball on for sure.
Oh, just to summarize, we got about 5 laps to go. Thiago Canola started from the back, double stinted his tires, pitted real late, came out just ahead of Chris Moses. Moses is on fresh fresher rubber. But Canola doing a good job of fending off Chris Moses here. Here in the closing laps of this race. And there's Aaron Parsons as well. So Parsons in the thick of it.
Yeah. Yeah, this was a stage where Chris Moses there in the first stint really started to lose a little bit of pace, and I think we're seeing it here again. It looks like Todd Canola has a great chance to stay out here for this 4th place. And once again, I hate to admit it, but you were right. That was a much shorter in and out time there for Todd Canola. Really maximized that double stint. Great strategy, so it appears.
This would be an astonishing result for Canola if he could hold on to this position. Parsons with a big lurch here. We're on board with him. And there's Matt Taylor. He's not far off this battle. Take a quick look at the laps. Yeah, even less. We got about working lap 40 or 39. I don't know. This always confuses me, Brad. Canola has gapped Moses slightly, and Moses now, I think, coming under pressure from Parsons for that 5th spot.
Yep.
Yeah, he had to get that done early. You're right. Those tires are starting to go, it seems, on that BMW.
Yeah, I mean, pretty interesting. The Panos would be able to hold on to its tires on a double stint better than Chris Moses with fresh tires. That's I don't know. I think there's some setup issues there possibly for Chris Moses on that BMW.
Take a quick look out front. We got David Poel continuing to lead this race. Got a few laps to go. John Luden, Salem Montgomery Jr. in 3rd. Oh, so Parsons now makes his way past Moses.
Wow.
Just caught the tail end of that on the inside. So Matt Taylor has gotten past Mike Monahan, who's a lap down. So Parsons, if he can push, I don't know. I think Parsons may settle for 5th here. It's a drop a little bit of weight. I don't know. What do you think, Brad? If he finishes 4th, he's going to hold on to this weight for next week at Road America.
Aaron Parsons not typically too inclined to work strategically with the weight. If he has a position in front of him, he'll tend to go for it. Wouldn't work out bad for him, though, if he did end up 5th. Now, let's not forget, with Matt Taylor finishing or getting in front of Andres Prieto, that is going to take away a few more points from Andres, and Aaron Parsons taking over that 5th spot.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
Okay, it was Mike Monahan going off, I'm sorry. So that is going to put a few extra points in the bag there for Aaron Parsons over Andres Prieto. He's now 4 positions clear of Andre.
All right, looks like we might have 1 lap to go here.
Boy, John Luden all of a sudden dropping back here from David Poel. Don't know if he ran into some problems or had a quick off, but still 1 and 2 for 05 Motorsports at the moment.
Quick look behind Schleif, all the way back to 10th now. Triana still 11th. Swain, we got Myers. Jaime Moore now back at 14th. Marty 15th. And Wilkerson with Douglas for that last points paying position.
Yeah, it was Mike Trussler, of course, and Curtis Chandler fighting over for those last points, but that battle has gone away. They've got back.
David Poel takes it. Luden's 2nd.